In the first segment of our three-part series on U.S. war veterans, we looked at the stunning number of suicides among veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. The U.S. government says about 22 vets a day are killing themselves, but that number is said to be woefully underestimated. We'll post a link to that video so you can take a look. Meantime, our war veterans who suffer from post-traumatic stress swear that using cannabis gives them remarkable relief, and they've been begging the Veterans Administration to allow VA doctors to discuss and recommend cannabis to their patients. So far, there's been some legislation drafted, but it hasn't gone anywhere. Here's our veterans who our government honors and supports at every turn as brave heroes, except when they come home mentally broken. It only makes sense that we have the best medicine available for all of this country's citizens, and especially those who were put on the front lines of battlegrounds in foreign countries and coming back with lives where they are holding on by a thread. The governments of Canada and Israel have a more generous approach for their veterans. Dr. Sue Sisley, a medical doctor who's deeply involved in researching cannabis and PTSD, tells me that in Canada and Israel, veterans have safe and legal access to lab-tested cannabis. In fact, it's free to the veterans there, she says. Dr. Sue has spent time in marijuana distribution clinics in both Canada and Israel. At these clinics, she says, military veterans were coming in and picking up their monthly cannabis allotment, and this is her first-hand witness account. She said the vets told her they'd pay for the marijuana and then take the receipt to their VA system, and they'd be fully reimbursed. In short, free marijuana for their war veterans. I'm just shaking my head, wondering where all the lawmakers are in this great country of ours who will consciously step up and add their voices to allow our veterans access to medical cannabis. Give these guys and women a break, duh! How lawmakers can continue to deny healing medicine to our war vets, let alone to anybody else who needs it, is absolutely mind-boggling. Informed voices say that our lawmakers are influenced by pharmaceutical companies and other special interests that throw money the lawmakers' way. These special interests, so it's reported, don't want cannabis legalized because of all the prescription drugs that would be replaced by marijuana medicine. But the good news is, we don't elect pharmaceutical companies. We elect leaders who are supposed to represent the citizens' interests. And we have a big election coming up in November 2016. And if lawmakers refuse to reflect what we want, throw the bums out. I'm Becca Williams, and if you like what we're talking about here, I invite you to subscribe.